Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, without you guys, I just don't make it. So let's get open for business and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up, guys. Wake up. Wake up. Okay, so here we are as we sit 9 days, 11 hours, 41 minutes, and 30 seconds away from the beginning of the 2020 NFL Draft. And I want to shout out to Law Nation joining us last night during our live stream. Shout out to all you great fans that came in and saw me kind of go off and rant a bit last night. You know, it's funny because my buddy Omar sent me an email this morning. It's like, man, I think you're getting cabin fever. You might need to just get in your car, go for a ride, take a deep breath, get some fresh air because you're losing it. He said, although I agree with 99% of what you said, most of that was actually Jason Garrett. Well, it was Jason Garrett, but see, he was a symptom of a disease. The problem was the Dallas Cowboys failed to act. The Dallas Cowboys saw the job was not being done, and instead of saying and holding people accountable, made excuses for that symptom. We're the Dallas Cowboys. It's not the way we do things around here. We like having comfort. Comfort and football don't go together. You gotta understand, you need people on edge. You need to have people worried about where the next meal's coming from. You need people who realize that I'm hungry because my refrigerator's empty and I need to get that thing full. And we as fans, as much as I love my Dallas Cowboys, and believe me, I love my Dallas Cowboys. Every day I come down here talking about my Dallas Cowboys. In season, out of season. When there's news on the Dallas Cowboys, I'm talking about it no matter where I may be, whether it's on top of a roof, in my workshop. I've almost done them on top of a toilet. Because it's like every day I live the Dallas Cowboys. But we have been living on what the greatness that was done by these players. The fact that my son doesn't remember the last time the Dallas Cowboys were Super Bowl. The fact that players that we're going to draft in the NFL draft weren't around the last time we won a Super Bowl. Yet, we go around like we're the defending Super Bowl champions. Our players, in their mind, think because they're Dallas Cowboys, that they have the star on their helmet, that they deserve the praise and what was earned by the Roger Staubachs, the Charles Haley's, the Emmitt Smiths, the Troy Aikmans, the Michael Irvins, the Drew Pearsons, the Ed Too Tall Jones, the Randy Whites, the Walt Garrisons, the Bob Lillies, the Hollywood Hendersons, the Bob Bullet Hayeses, the Charlie Waters, the Bill Bates, the Leon Letts. See, it was those guys, the Tom Landry, that took an expansion team, a team that was known as a nice regular season team, but can't win the big ones because of losing year after year to the Green Bay Packers and iconic games like the Ice Bowl, or going to the Super Bowl and losing to the Colts. It was this team that forged ahead, that was innovators, that found players where nobody else did, where they were doing things instead of following the past of others or living in the past. They forged new things. The flex defense, the lineman shift, the shotgun, getting Bob Hayes from track and field. Those guys were hungry. Those guys were the Dallas Cowboys. Those guys are the Dallas Cowboys. And all we can do as fans is look back to those greats that built the Dallas Cowboys. And instead of adding to the collection, this group of Cowboys have just been living off of what they've done in the past without earning anything. You have to understand, this younger generation, you don't know what football really was like. Football, and I'm not mad at football for free agency. When you see players that were your childhood heroes that are crippled, you understand that you should get as much money as possible. And free agency has enabled that. But you have to understand that when I grew up, there was no free agency. There was no change in teams. When you were a Dallas Cowboy, you were like, it's like you're in a frat. You've been branded. You are a Dallas Cowboy for life. The reason I love going to FedEx Field and tailgating is to try and stir up some of those ghosts of the past, that hatred of each team. Because, see, you don't know what it's like for most of you when your team is the best out there. When your team shows up, it infills fear in other teams. You don't understand what it is to have guys that leave everything on the field. Guys that would have to be carried off the field to come off the field. That would do anything to stay on the field. When you see Emmitt Smith separate his shoulder and can't raise his arm, and yet will the team to win over the Giants, it makes you question the hearts of some of our players. When you hear a D-Law talk about we the hot boys and I'm going to sue for it, you get sick to your stomach, because it's like, is that more important than you going out there and showing everybody that you're the hot boy? Did nobody on that defense say, we the defense, we the boys, or we this? They didn't say nothing. They went out there, they terrorized other teams, they did the job, and everybody else did the talking. And so when I look at what other teams are doing, taking care of business and things, it's not to say that every move that they make is right. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that the Dallas Cowboys haven't made some good moves, but when you look at the results and when you think about since the last time our team was in the Super Bowl, that the Rams have been to, 3? Tampa Bay has been to 1-1-1. The New Orleans Saints have been to 1-1-1. The Arizona Cardinals went to a Super Bowl. Steelers won, 3 more? The Patriots won 6. You think about the Giants going through and winning 2. The Eagles going to 2 and winning 1. You think about Denver winning 3, the Packers winning 2. All these teams have just marched right past the Dallas Cowboys. Yet, we the boys. And some of these things go directly back to how we run things. Now, it appears things are evolving and changing with Mike McCarthy. You can see that the coach has an influence on the players that he's bringing in, that he's got coaches that have experience from all across the NFL, that have seen things differently than maybe he's seen it. So you've got people who have football minds that maybe will change that. But yet here we are still doing business as far as the players go with our quarterback. For the sake of turning the page, for the sake of getting the Dallas Cowboys finally into the right directions, for the sake of finally putting the past mistakes behind and stop repeating them, Jerry, you need to go ahead and just get Dak Prescott's deal done. Get this thing done and over with so that way we don't have all the talking heads out there trashing your quarterback, the face of your franchise. Get this thing done so he can be laser focused and on the season, not having to go out and do commercials, where you're happy to say, well, we don't have to pay him because he's got another job and is paying pretty well. I want his only job to be is being the best quarterback in the NFL and be laser focused on bringing a trophy back to the Cowboys. And a couple of $1 million, when you think about how much money you spent on that stadium or how much money you spent on your 2 helicopters or on your yacht, paying that guy who has given you everything that you've asked and more, who has been above and beyond expectations. If you go through and you screw him over, what message does that send to everybody else? Because what you're doing is you are setting up players to resent the team that they're on. So yeah, Omar, I lost it last night. But see, I see us make the same mistakes over and over and over again without learning a thing. I lose it because I want to see my team succeed. So that's where I'm going to leave this one this morning. I want to thank all the fans out there that ordered the shot glass racks. I got to do a crazy one now. We got a new style. It's called a house divided. We have a Cowboy fan and a Packers fan. So I got to do Packers on one side and Cowboys on the other. Whew. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So, everybody, do your best at social distancing. Keep 6 feet away. Wear a mask. Keep your ass at home if you can. And the sooner we all do this, the sooner we can get back to a new normal. I'm Mark Holmes, and thank you all for all the support.